Expat life in Paraguay can be really tough. But we met some really exciting people. And you might ask, how do they make a living? That's like the major question we always get asked. Well, today you meet Joe. He's an Australian guy and he started his own company making beef tallow. So let's check it out. Welcome everyone. Today we have Joe here and he's going to tell us about his beef tallow business. But first, what brings you to Paraguay?
Initially came to Paraguay for taxes. Wanted a completely different life to what was in Australia. I had a bunch of things that I wanted, so I traveled around. I was actually in Colombia before Paraguay, but Colombia didn't have tax laws I wanted. So I was throwing up Paraguay or Panama as my two countries. Paraguay was cheaper and faster, so I thought, let's do it. And then I got here and I found all these other things that I really loved about the country, and I'm still here.
Now, the question you might want to ask yourself is, why do people want to move to Paraguay? Well, there is the people who choose Paraguay for the low tax situation that you can set yourself up with. Or some people want to go to the countryside and live relaxed, the cowboy Wild West lifestyle. Or there are some other people who want to invest and start their own business. Now, why did Joe choose Paraguay?
For living. So I don't think Paraguay would be a great place if you're just traveling. I don't think it's really got any of the things that would pull people as travelers. But to settle down, to live, if your focus is on having a family, you want to put roots down, you want really, really good quality food, particularly meat that's clean. And then, I mean, just the people in the country as well. For me, the foundational things for this country with Paraguayan people are family and faith. And I think that's a really, really strong foundation. And I mean, if you go back and look at any great countries that have sort of come over time, they tend to be pretty bloody foundational. And it's very strong here. And that's one thing I didn't expect, I wasn't looking for, but it's probably the thing I love most about the country now, for what I want to do with my life and moving forward.
Nice. Yeah, and that's why we're coming to your business. Today, we're going to try something new. We're going to have Alexandra sit down with you and going to have a nice interview. Before I became an expat coach, I was a fitness and nutrition coach. And when I met Joe, I was really excited to hear about his ambitions to live a healthier lifestyle and produce the beef tallow.
Right, and I was actually writing an article about Joe for the Asuncion Times, not just about his products, but what's behind his brand, BlackJack Tallow.
And how come your interest in beef tallow?
Originally started with soap. So you can go, if anyone's watched the Fight Club movie, you could have an idea of that. I always thought that was a cool concept. I'm a guy, I like blowing stuff up as well. Not that I'm using it for that, but the process of going through and making soap, as well as having it be involved with animals from start to finish, was very appealing to me. I like the process of raising animals. I like the process of killing them and eating them. I think it's a special process to go through and watch how it all evolves. And I started that when I was working on farms in Australia. And I moved to eventually having my own goats. So I've got a little goat farm in Australia, and I'd cut them up, I'd harvest them for the meat, for me personally, because I didn't want to eat the meat in Australia supermarkets. And I like using all the parts of animals. If you're killing them, I don't like just killing for the sake of killing. If you're killing with a purpose and you can utilize different parts of the animal for specific purposes, cool. So I made some soap with the fat of goats initially, and there was no business intention behind it. It was just a hobby thing for me to see how it went. And my dad got really cool results with his hands. He had a lot of skin cancers, horrible Irish skin. And in a month, I was already back here. He sent me photos and called me up, which he never does, right? Never takes the initiative to call. And he was like, dude, this soap's amazing. Like, my hands, I haven't seen them this clean in, I don't even know how many years. And so, yeah, that was pretty cool. I thought, okay, cool, there's something here. And yeah, obviously I was using goat fat then, which is different to the beef fat and the tallow. And because there's such a big meat industry in Paraguay, it made sense to go down the beef tallow route to me.
So ever since the article and the interview with Joe, we noticed that beef tallow is a real market niche.
Yeah, and so how is the health consciousness of the people here in Paraguay?
Do you see an interest in health with other expats as well, or who are your customers or your clients?
Now the majority of my customers are Paraguayans, but when I started, it was definitely primarily expats. And every single person that has bought from, with maybe one exception, is very interested in health. And not just their health, it's the health of their family, the health of the people around them. And that's one thing that is incredibly special for me about these products is it's integrating into family lives as well. And it's not just affecting the person that I'm selling to, it's spreading out to, their kids or their grandparents.
Did you happen to change anyone's mind on this, or are people all actively coming to you to say, hey, I want this? Or are people saying, hey, I just fried my steak with sunflower oil, do you want some? And then you start educating them.
That isn't actually the approach. Changing people's mind, I've had some really big problems trying to do that in the past. And I think if someone doesn't want to change, or they're not at the point they want to change, everyone's journey is different, like where they want to get to. And I don't judge anyone as right or wrong, it's just sort of what it is. I'm not looking to serve everyone. I'm looking to serve the people that want this in their life. So if there's a restaurant that wants to keep deep frying with sunflower oil and canola, cool. Probably not my client. So why put my energy and effort into them when I've got a bunch of other people that are really interested in health and maybe don't know about my product, and I could be directing my focus there.
So even the local population really enjoys this product. So that one time at the gas station.
Right, we did the interview at a gas station, and one of the locals came over asking him what he was selling, and he then sold him face moisturizer.
¿Ya probaste jabón así?
Ya tuve ya algunos.
Ah, ok. ¿Con cebo?
Con cebo, sí, acá todos los sabores se hacen con cebo.
Sí, hay mucho.
Miren, ¿tu nombre? Caro.
José.
Forta.
Hunting.
Ya, ya, ya.
Ya.
We've been 4 years ago.
No, vamos a supuestar que no es very nice.
Es para la preciosa.
Yeah, and so why not just stay in Australia? I've heard it's a nice place. I've just
It's-
never been.
Naturally, the natural landscape in that country, actually, it makes me a bit sad thinking about it because it has so much potential, that country. It's a very, very beautiful country. The people are incredibly weak though. Australians, for me, are probably some of the weakest people on the planet. But I also think that's part of how the country's developed. Like, we've never had a real war. We've never had people try to invade. We've never had anything that we've really had to stand up or do anything. So when the government tells you to do something, you bend over and take it. And that's just not something I wanted to be a part of, or how I wanted to live my life. So how they locked us down during COVID, how my business was shut down, restarted, my clients weren't allowed to come. That was a pretty big pull the pin moment for me.
Yeah, fair
And I mean, I couldn't even leave the country. When I wanted to leave, I wasn't allowed to. So I just had my plan, and when the opportunity came, everything that I wanted was in place. And I've pretty much got my base here, and the other little bits that I need every now and then are very, very close by.
Australia is one of the few places I have never been, but every Australian we meet is just like such a comfortable, nice person. So I always wanted to go, but somehow it didn't happen. And then 2020 came around, and suddenly like, maybe not
Maybe
Australia,
not.
maybe not right
Maybe
now.
not.
Maybe let's wait.
The strong push towards the beef tallow, I think, is a really good step. But you've got a massive environment, even just globally now, massive push away from the experts that are telling us what is best for us to people being like, some of this stuff just doesn't make sense because you're telling me to do all this stuff and I'm not getting the result that you're telling me I should be getting. Why do I still feel crap? Why do I have no energy? Why am I constantly getting sick? And so those questions are good. And I think those changes in society create more of an opportunity for something like this to succeed. But would I ever try and predict that it's going to be the next big thing? No bloody way. But if there are people that are interested and want to try it for the benefit of their health, as well as just because it's good product, a good quality, then I think it's worth trying out. Whoever you get it from, you don't have to get it from me, get it from anyone, but I just think if it's something that can improve your quality of life and your family's quality of life and longevity, again, big focus for me, longevity, why not?
What do you do fitness-wise? You seem like a fit guy, and you're selling the beef tallow. So how did that all start?
Fitness for me,
Yeah.
it's been pretty constant in my life. I don't really remember a time where I haven't been doing sport or haven't been active. I started, I'm probably an undiagnosed like ADD kid and just always need to be doing something, moving around.
Yeah.
Grew up on farms, always outside, climbing trees, chasing rabbits and foxes when I could find them.
Australia.
It just was sort of like that. But the actual sport and training now, I just decided I thought it would actually be a cool experiment while I was traveling to see if I could get my body into the best shape that I'd had it in, and all I had was like elastic bands. And I took them with me traveling because it's practical. Taking weights is not. And so I did this training with bands and these exercises that I wanted to do. And I actually, in a year and a half, just spending weeks and months in different countries, having no fixed base, I ended up with a lower body fat percentage and better body than I ever had being in the gym, which was really cool to me. I didn't actually think it was going to be possible. And then I got here, got a gym, and leveled up. I'm very, very happy with my body and fitness now. So it's gym, daily, Sundays off. Not for massive amounts of time, just very targeted training on the areas that are important for me aesthetically. And I played rugby as well, which I really enjoy. And paddle. Now that we're in Paraguay, I play paddle as well.
Oh yeah,
Very
that
popular
tennis sport.
here. Yeah, like mix between tennis and squash. It's actually good fun.
Nice. Yeah, we haven't tried that yet, but that would be interesting. Maybe we can do that sometime.
Yeah, man, come over here. You should come have a hit Monday, actually. Play on Mondays if you
Yeah?
want to have a hit. Yeah?
Nice.
If
All
you're
right.
around. Yeah, you enjoy it.
One can really tell when somebody lives for their ideas. Joe is living a dream lifestyle here in Paraguay. He created his business, he has a flexible residency, he lives healthy, and his business creates natural products.
So here would be the beef tallow and the collagen.
Yeah, right. I'm not trying to convert anyone on this front. Happy to talk there.
Yeah.
But if you struggle with anything gut-wise, particularly, if you've got digestive issues, if you've got, funnily enough, this is going to sound weird, but if you get really dry heels, so if your heels are really, really dry, there's a reflexology thing, but it's going to mean you have gut issues as well. If you get migraines, please, if you get migraines, look for someone who supplies a really good quality collagen first, and do not cook with seed oils anymore. The link between gut health and neurological diseases is pretty bloody strong, and the vast majority of your health begins in your gut. If you can start the process of healing your gut, it's not an overnight fix. Most people have done years and years and years of damage. So don't think, oh cool, I'm going to drink collagen for a week and I'm going to be fixed. It's not how it works. It's a process, and depending how much damage there is, there's different time lengths that it takes to heal. If you can heal from the inside first out, it's a lot better, in my opinion, than trying to get a moisturizer and think I'm going to get rid of my wrinkles and tighten up my skin. That's great. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm not going to bash my own products. I use it. But for me, this is easily the most important product I have. Easily, because the nutrients and the way in which it can be absorbed by your stomach and how it can heal things like leaky gut and improve gut issues just so quickly is by far the most important thing. So anyone that's got gut issues, if you've got joint issues like shoulders, ligaments, tendons, meniscus is another big one. Please find someone or learn how to make your own collagen, a really good source. You want it in gelatin form. It's absolutely the best thing you can do.
Do you have more men or women interested in your products?
Depends which product.
Okay.
Moisturizer,
collagen?
women.
Okay.
Collagen, men, for
Men,
sure.
okay.
Tallow's probably a 50-50 split. Soap, probably men,
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Candles, men too, funnily enough.
Interesting.
If you're a man or a woman and you're excited about a life in Paraguay or anywhere in Latin America, go ahead and book a call with me with the link in the description of this video, and we can talk about your future. That was it.
See you guys.
See ya. All right. Till next time.
You good? Oh, should I not have turned around?